Reverse Red, though, who often drops in this area as well.
Neptune, refresh my brain. What's LBS?
LBS is, I think that is broadcast.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah. I got that yesterday already, but I forgot. I mean, it slipped my mind.
Lack of Buriram skills. That's what LBS. Lucky it's not BLS. Buriram lack skills. With a shot from afar. That AWM just hitting too hard. ABC, he cannot seem to catch a break. Bro, I think this was the curse of praising him a little bit too much at the start. Team Flash really has been having it rough now.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Limit goes boom at that one, and ABCD will be the ones going down with Team Flash. Now, finally, Reverse Red, after taking down Bigatron Esports, is now in Riverside, and they're just chilling. They're just hanging, like not so aggressive, because at some point we are looking for that, but it has failed so much. For RQ, they are trying to keep silent, but they have been spotted by PE Sports. But on the other side, we also have Buriram United, whose trigger discipline is really at a different level right now. They could take advantage already.
LB could be live broadcast, but what's the S? I'm still caught up with that one. Live broadcast? No, this has to be something to do with the challenge. Oh, they are currently part of the challenge. That's why it's on RRQ, I think. And it was on Buriram. Okay, all right, I get it. Thanks, broadcast. This is like, why are they giving us missions, bro? I had to figure that out the hard way.
Well, I mean, it's not just a team who need to be like in a difficult spot at some point. Caster seems to be and bro, Husky was giving a hint that we might be getting challenges as well. So cross your fingers.
I'm out of here. No challenge for me. All right, they're already torturing me with all of this prediction thing. I don't like to predict. All right, I'm against predictions. I'm all about teams making their own destinies, not assuming how they're gonna do by the end of the day just because how they did yesterday. Yesterday means nothing. Today is all about it. Right now is all about it, bro. It's all about the decisions they're making, and it looks like Team Falcons are making the right decision here. But the Circle's not agreeing with them as they get tagged up.
Well, do have launch pads so that they can move in a little bit quicker, but Limit, I don't know what's happening with Limit right now. He's stuck. He's losing HP. Hopefully he can recover as well, but I guess he does. He does. Finally, a circle will be, or the map will be shown right now as to where the teams will be in, and still the standoff in Riverside, RRQ, PE Sports, Buriram United. It hasn't set off just yet.
It looks like the LBS thing is on Falcons as well. They're not part of the challenge, so now I'm confused again. It's okay, I'll figure it out. Someone will tell me eventually. As Falcons make their way into the circle, 10 more teams left in here as we arrive at the 10-minute mark. 40 players alive and kicking. Every single squad is full. Nobody dropped out there just yet, so the full-on squad recoveries have made their full plays. But Team Falcons up against RRQ. Maybe Falcons can help out their brothers Buriram by snuffing out RRQ early.
Yeah, let's see if they will be able to do that. But for now, Team Falcons, they use the binoculars to be able to spot where RRQ is, and they've spotted the full squad. So the question is, will they be rushing this because that's the closest to them, or they will be going for the flank because they don't want to risk to run out in the open? So Limit is just getting that information. Let's see if it will start off this battle between these two teams.
This is a very, very slow but cautious track that Toda is taking. And it is a well-placed decision for them to take that launch pad straight into a defensive spot. Probably scouted it out with a binoculars first with that R1 before choosing to take that launch pad. Very smart maneuvering from Toda. Not moving too much. Just moving within the scannable distances is going to keep them alive a little bit longer. And that's exactly what Malaysia needs.
That's one thing, though. As we can see right now, Onyx Olympus is moving towards Heavy. So I think they saw where Todak was. They are trying to avoid, and definitely this is a risky move, just running into the ledge. And I'm not quite sure if the footsteps is being heard by Team Heavy, but If so, they will be jumping in, probably like setting off the fire in this engagement.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, since we have got a little bit of a downtime here, don't forget to hit that like on the stream, baby. Like, karo. Help us get to 1,000 likes before the end of this game. I mean, if you guys get us to 1,000 likes before the end of this game, I'll give a shout out to probably like 30 of you before game 3. I don't know. I'm just making some stupid deal here. Just hit that like, baby. Oh, what a shot! Limit! Saving his body, shooting Baal down, or he could take out any one of these flying Falcons, and now Falcons on the roof of RRQ. What a play!
Bro, I was surprised. Imagine just looking up and then getting shot. That is what happened if you don't have that much cover with RRQ. Still alive and kicking though. Pickup has been done. And let's see if they'll be able to fire back against an inbound to Baal. Going into flank. Blue wall will try to save them. There's no backing away. On the other side, Limit X7 has been taken down by PE Sports Team Falcons, slowly falling down.
Yeah, Potato down on the ground. And now Falcons all being smashed. Limit without the sniper from afar. This battle all happening in this tiny little house. The sniper could not back them up. And now Karoro running away to save his life. Great blue walls to keep the fight in. And Team Flash out of nowhere. The third party attack. But Nahea Lomena Agea. This is the way Team Flash wants to get those points. But denied by RRQ. They turned their backs onto Falcons, hunting down the Vietnamese players instead, but the circle pressures both these teams, running straight towards Buriram now.
Let's see if they will be able to take down Buriram, but 2 players from RRQ has been taken down, and with that M79, the Flash has been flushed out of this game, but no recovery will be done for the 2 players remaining for RRQ, so they need to slow down, but behind them is Kiroro, who might be going in for the revenge, but PE Sports and Buriram United into the mix, 4v4 situation, and let's see who's going to win.
And guess what, man? The first 2 points in the bag of Buriram came off of the players from RRQ. And looks like that's a very early flex between the 2 teams on this 1v1 challenge between Buriram and RRQ. Looking for more points. But Nero shows them how to use the grenade launcher. Gets a double drop. Get high. Jonah on the ground. They're trying their very best to pick them right back up. But Wasana a little busy with PE Sports. Glue balls all erected. Pulls the 180. And Wasana wins that gunfight. But Buriram now left with just 2 players and the blue sticking away at them.
Don't cry, being hit finally. But as you can see, Moshi has been taken down as well by Visaka Srivijaya. RRQ right now trying to take advantage, taking high ground in 1v2. And it is Visaka Srivijaya who might be able to bring them all down. Inhaler action to be able to recover a little AP. And there goes Wasana from the hands of Abe. Groza action in hand, and they're still alive.
You take 2 points, no problem, baby. We take back that 1 point, just that 1 point. But your final player says RRQ, and the Indonesians still alive and kicking 10 eliminations in hand. 5 more teams left here. Soda gets taken out in 6. RRQ tanking the blue. This is insane. They want to win this fight up against Buriram.
But Visaka Srivijaya has let a go of RRQ at this point, and Trunch target reverse red for elimination already. We know how aggressive they have been, but no, the focus is still on RRQ. They know where they are, but Joe Wheel has been taken down from behind by Exposee, and I guess this will put the attention on the red team.
Absolutely. Now reverse red. 5 eliminations in hand already as they shut down the final player on the side. Heavy. Mufasa down on the ground. Unfortunate for him, but we are left now with 4 teams. Visaka Srivijaya losing 2. Make that 3 players back to back to back. And RRQ about to meet the wrath of Team Reverse Red.
2 of the teams with a double R. Let's see who goes down first. Diamond almost down. Exposee about to be picked up, but time is none of them. But there goes the hit from RRQ. A Bay and reverse red eliminated. No chance of healing. The 1v2 happens. A 4-man squad being taken down by 2.
Oh, beautiful play. And it is all thanks to the grenade launcher once again. That one weapon has been such a tide turner throughout this whole Bermuda match. And it's now Indonesia versus Indonesia. Visaka Srivijaya in a 1v2. Zyro M circling around, looking for that one final opportunity, but maybe a solo clutch for this boy Obey.
Oh, Grime MKS, M79, and the follow-up, and there goes the finisher, Onyx Olympus. And if I'm not mistaken, this is their fourth Booyah, and this will bring them a little bit higher, coming from that 12th spot.
From the 12, this is what we were talking about, Nep. Really does not matter where you are on the leaderboard. You cannot tell exactly who's going to reach out there and dominate. I mean, this is RNG still involved in a good game of Battle Royale. You can dominate all you want. But look at this, man. The luck of finding that grenade launcher, first of all, did so many teams such a huge favor. First of all, it got the 2 precious points off of RRQ, preventing RRQ from getting that Booyah because they were down by those men. And then PE Sports used that grenade launcher to shut down a majority of the forces from the side of Buriram. And obviously, this final Booyah, without that grenade launcher, Onyx would have not been able to interfere in the fight between Reverse Red and RRQ. They got those points, and they got to that final fight as well. Crazy stuff. It was won by that launcher, but obviously Onyx Olympus in the right place at the right time, doing the right things.
Oh, definitely. I mean, at some point during one of their Booyahs, it comes to the communication that they need to make up for. Thus, they're not getting that much of the proof. But now, I think they're already getting into that groove, and they've taken so much Booyahs already, and I think they can get away from where they are, depending though on how many elimination they got from that game.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Now, guys, please don't forget to hit that like. We know you guys are watching. We know you are enjoying the broadcast right now. We are enjoying bringing you guys the broadcast. But please do continue interacting in the comment section as well. I see some of us are a little upset with some of the spams that are coming through with the flags. Guys, everybody here can send the icon of those flags, right? So don't worry, you bring your own flags in here as well. Let's see exactly where all of our fans are from. But of course, we are on standby to hear a little bit more from the winners as well, right? I mean, I'm pretty curious to see what Onyx has to say for their Booyah. It was a phenomenal one here.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's quite a surprise. They were unseen in the final moment, or probably were just focused on a lot of teams. The top teams were battling against each other, and even they were surprised on what Onyx Olympus has done. So, silence really, that trigger discipline, not letting go of that information of your position, and then when perfect timing, you pop off. And if it wasn't for the takedown of Reverse Red, that could have been flipped. Because, like, imagine, they were taking advantage of the numbers. They were in a 4v2, but RRQ was just too strong. And I thought it is a time for Reverse Red to grab the Booyah.
I mean, I think quite a number of things was happening up against RRQ. First of all, phenomenal survival skills through all of that chaos. They still managed to stay alive, but of course, you know, just the wrong spot with that lower ground. But of course, the interview time now is upon us. Let's see exactly what Miss Cici has to say.
All right, thank you, casters. What a way to start the week. First, Booyah goes to Onyx Esports. Yay! I'm here with Shiro from Onyx. What do you think of your performances so far? Of Onyx's performances so far? Menurut kamu gimana nih performa dari Onyx sejauh ini? Karena kan sekarang udah masuk pekan ketiga ya. Artinya sudah melewati cukup banyak pertandingan.
Belum cukup baik sih, Kak.
Belum cukup baik?
Belum.
Masa?
Iya.
Apa menurut kamu yang mungkin bisa dikatakan belum cukup baik dan masih menjadi evaluasi? What do you think makes Onyx's performances is not at the best that you guys can yet? And what do you think is the problem, the biggest problem?
Menurut aku sih kayak decision makingnya, keputusannya tuh kadang telat.
Oh,
Jadi,
emang biasanya shot callernya siapa? Kalau untuk pengambilan keputusan, apakah ada satu sosok tertentu atau teamwork?
Kalau kapten sih Crime.
Oh, oke.
Cuman kadang kita juga ngasih saran ke dia.
Okay, so far Shiro thinks that they're still having problem when it comes to making a decision, and sometimes they feel like maybe they're a bit too late when it comes to making the actual decision, and they still need to kind of work on that a little. Nah, kalau ngelihat dari hasil pertandingan pembuka, ini kan sebenarnya kalian mainnya udah oke banget nih. Terus tadi seru juga karena Indonesia versus Indonesia. Evaluasi dari game pertama tadi apa kira-kira?
Tadi sempat keculik juga sih 2 orang.
Oke.
Nggak keculik jadi keculik.
Jadi
Harusnya
harus lebih berhati-hati.
Iya. Tadi juga bisa clean sheet seharusnya.
Okay. So I asked him about how would you evaluate Onyx performances on the first match, and then he said that they're still having a bit of a problem when it comes to carefulness. They need to be more tight. They could have done a clean sheet, but they didn't, and hopefully they can achieve that on the next match. Terima kasih, Shiro.
Yeah.
Good luck for the rest of the match. Mudah-mudahan berhasil. Mudah-mudahan ada guyah lagi. Now we're gonna go back to the casters. Take it away, casters.
And there you have it. Thank you very much, Caroline, or Conchita Caroline, and Shiru. So, Shiru, don't believe Shiru. In the Garcias, I'm the good boy. That's what Tatsuya says in. So, there you have it. The honesty from this guy. He just knows the team. They know each other, that there's still a lot more work to be done. Thus, the performance, I mean, the number of points that they've grabbed. But imagine grabbing 4 booyahs already. It will be a motivation for the team overall.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And, you know, I thought this good run from Toda would continue on for quite a little while. Unfortunately, it only went to the 6th spot before they got taken out. But granted, this was a very messy Bermuda game. Too many teams alive. That circle was just way too small. Obviously, we were running out of real estate. And you know, when we run out of real estate, one of 2 things happens, right? Number 1, property prices go up. Number 2, you got to kick some people out of this lobby, man. That's exactly what these teams are trying to do. And obviously, when you've got a good weapon that has got area of damage, that grenade launcher was a game changer there. And it changed so many of these teams' fates. And this team specifically used that launcher from Crime to make a lot of that happen as well. Running the M1014 in hand with the Coda, with the capability to spot out where his opponents are. Tanky as well with the Kairos, as well as the Nairi on his side. Capability with that Alvaro and Beaston to chug these nades at his opponents. Bro, this is vision, defense, and super offense with that nade blast. I don't know what else you want. I think I'm going to try out this own active and passive lineup for myself in my games data.
Yeah, it's quite different really on how Indonesia is bringing in their setup in terms of the presets. But Steffi's also in here with Nairi as well as Andrew and Jose. It's more of tankiness that Adam has right now, and then the support. It's the usual that we have. So this playing around, I guess this is something that will be their advantage, but they will need to be consistent in the decision making, I would say, as mentioned from the interview.
Absolutely, man. 11 eliminations in total. It's not crazy, but it's good, right? I am very happy when you are in the double digits when it comes to the eliminations, and you're also walking away with a booyah. But of course, you need to be pretty consistent in these plays. Onyx Olympus they're no stranger to these booyahs, right? We talked about this. Teams with 3 booyahs like AG Global in the 14th spot. Onyx Olympus just earned their 4th booyah of their league run here, and they are only in the 12th spot. They haven't really climbed up yet. They are still 4 points behind Visaka Srivijaya after this performance, because Visaka Srivijaya still managed to keep up the pace. If Visaka got kicked out early, then this could have been such a different situation here.
And that could have been the case. Visaka Srivijaya has been so aggressive. After that day number 1, like week 1, day number 1, that was just a slow run for them. And then they got the momentum. I think they just felt that they can challenge any team. And whether they lose, it's okay. As long as they can practice how they can make that rotation, they can go for those close range engagement and get all those points. But speaking of points, this is a game standing. We're in the 23 points, as you did mention, with 11 elimination, would top them in this leaderboard. And then RRQ with 19 points. Looking at Borneo United, they're down by 10 rather.
I look at the YouTube chat and I look at the screen in front of us. All I see are flags. And the one flag that stands out the most right now is Indonesia, baby. Look at this. Onyx, RRQ, West J, all at the top. This is the kind of dominance you want to be opening up this battle between Group A and B at. And what's most respectful about this whole run by RRQ and the rest of the Indonesian squad is Buriram is playing, and they're still able to dominate.
Yeah, I mean, that's one thing, though. Borneo United is still unpredictable, but one thing that you can expect, is the performance coming from a phone, just like the Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra, wherein the peak performance will be achieved whether you're playing Free Fire or you're just using it as your personal mobile phone. You will get that great performance.
Yeah, I mean, have you even seen the camera on that beast, bro? You're talking about the S25 Ultra, courtesy of Samsung Galaxy. It's the next-gen Snapdragon 8 Elite Galaxy processor in the phone, featuring an enhanced Vulkan engine and improved ray tracing technology. Bro, ray tracing technology is just insane on a mobile phone, and this delivers, obviously, outstanding performance and lifelike graphics with smooth gaming experiences. I mean, we're talking about maybe running this at maximum setting on freefiremax, right?
Yeah.
It does not get better than that. I only play on freefiremax. I mean, you know, I rock the good stuff on my mobile device. And you gotta try it. If you're not maxing out all of... and this is exactly why some of them choose to play on tablets as well, right? Just so that you can have that extra processing power. But now you get that in a convenient mobile in your pocket as well.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, really bringing something different, more performance, more capability to grab that booyah. But speaking of which, first flag in here, Indonesia. And from yesterday, they were able to take 4 out of 6 maps. And I guess this is just the beginning. So unless someone will be able to grab that, probably a payback coming from Borneo United, because we're coming into purgatory and they are #1 right now. But look at the booyah numbers. 0 booyahs just yet.
Yeah, look at that flex, bro. I'm #1 and I don't need no booyah to get that done. What a statement by Buriram. But of course, it will be nice if they can jump up to that #1 spot of the day as well and make my prediction come true, because we've kind of seen Buriram down in the bottom mid a little bit too much. I think I want to see a little bit of a change today. I have been on the side of the underdogs quite a number of days already here, and today is the day I want to see Buriram just kind of come out there exploding. And I think they tried, but PE Sports just brought that to a very messy end, which was surprising. But of course, on that note, Ned, I think we're going to be hopping on into game #2 now. Thank you so much for your patience, guys. Let's head on in and see exactly who grabs Booyah #2.
Let's see who will bring themselves to heaven or to hell, because we are getting into purgatory where everything is on the line. As a pipe bat will be shown, I don't think it will be that cruel. And again, RNG for this tournament has been so nice. It is just dependent on the teams as to where they will be dropping and how they're going to start this off.
This is a interesting drop here. RRQ at Central, Falcons right beside them. And a potential very early clash for RRQ might not serve them well by the end of the day. But of course, RRQ has shown us many times now that even the strongest teams can't really take them down easily. Buriram up against Visaka Srivijaya on a very early encounter. This is not looking good for either one of these teams.
Let's see if they'll be able to make it work right now. Visaka Srivijaya will be on top of them, and the rest of Borneo United, like not so much of loot that they can grab out in the open, probably just waiting for that assault bunker to open up. But the takedown by Jonah, just rocking left and right, and he was able to go for the shot.
I mean, when you're rocking the SMG and you get to do something like that, that's just a big flex, bro. MP5 for the win on a double. I mean, you know, it's not just about the MP5. It's about the aim.
Yeah.
A double headshot, back to back. Jonah's on fire. I can tell you, based on the movement out of Buriram in game #1, they wanted the booyah. They did not expect what happened to them in their little house against PE. They are pissed. They want this booyah now. I think there's a high probability we see them in the #1 position. But of course, let's see if or not anybody can spoil the party. PE Sports the party earlier on. Let's see exactly how they do up against Onyx potentially here at Crossroads.
Yeah, Onyx Olympus right now, who might be in that curse after grabbing that booyah and then losing out. So PE Sports will need to make it do that they can rush against Onyx Olympus, because they are cautious as well. They are cautious and not to be taken out a little bit too early, just to get away, just to break that curse for the moment. But on the other side, Bigatron Esports going in toe-to-toe against Heavy, and this is something that they really need because they didn't get that much point in their earlier game.
Yeah, no doubt at all. Now a quick shout out to Red Hawks. I see some of their fans are looking forward to seeing them at the big stage. We'll see exactly how well they do on their ramp up towards it. Bigatron Delta Kyong has got that electrotherapy on the works. Koja, as they continue to push on forth, looking for the Vietnamese squad of Heavy, fighting two. And look at those blue walls around the vending machine. Bigatron Delta just circling around, fighting those players. The shots are there, and the drop finally comes on through. Get nice on the ground, and it looks like Bigatron Delta's not done just yet. They want to hunt a little bit more. They know they can find more points.
Yeah, Mufasa right now is just waiting in the lineup. Max 7, surprise, surprise, but from behind, it will be shut down. And there goes Kyong for the finisher, but it's already too late. Two of them has been taken down already, but there's no payback just yet because there's not so much of recovery happening within this area from Team Heavy.
There's just big plays coming on through from Heavy there. That double kill was just so sweet to watch. You have to understand what is your advantage when you are outnumbered. He took that high ground. He waited for them to approach close enough, and then Mag 7 to the head. It just took one shot for each player to put them on the ground. Instant delete coming on through as well as he was getting flanked. So that was a good enough sacrifice. Obviously, Team Heavy still in the game. We've got 12 more squads in here, but they need to play that game of recovery. Team Flash up against RRQ. On the other hand, Vietnam up against Indonesia once again, with a potential mix of Thailand thrown in here as AG shows up on the minimap.
Yeah, let's see. It's a rush right now. Wang trying to get away as the rest of the teams will try to go in for that flank. But the full blast of RRQ at this point. M59 already in hands of 18 Deer plus the FGL. Let's see who survived. 18 Deer goes down. Team Flash is hitting them one at a time. And I don't think RRQ will be able to bring so much fire. But no! There goes the hit. And 18 Deer, though, will be the only one alive, but will be flying far, far away.
Yeah, that is... Oh, the beautiful revival coming on through, and obviously AG Global sticking their noses into this fight as a third-party squad as well, and now they've got the advantage. Team Flash has not been able to recover, but one strikes right back. AG with two players on the ground, Barros and Cypher, and they could not save them. Team Flash holding their own really well, but from afar, you see yet another play being shut down. Do you looking out for ABCD? Glue Wall Melton not going to find the connection. Chinoy with the crossfire setup. ABCD is going to get caught out from the back here if it doesn't cover himself with those glue walls.
Let's see, two right now, trying to make two at this point up close and personal, but it wouldn't work that much. You need to get away, but it's just buying time for the rest of AG Global to fire back, and there goes Snap, a double, and there goes. That's what I'm talking about. You know how good a snipe dude is, and with the shotgun, you know the accuracy is prime.
Yeah, I want everybody to take note of the fact that many of these players have already dropped that M590, but for the few who are still very proficient with that, you see what Cypher can do with that gun. The M1887 double pump shotgun, getting the player a double earlier on. Fantastic stuff, and that is exactly what we love to see out here in a good game of Free Fire. But speaking of good game, Team Flash on the game of recovery now as they face off up against Buriram, but the Zom does well to hit that revival before he's obviously going to get taken down. Jonah with a flank headshot to Zom, and of course gets the loot on him as well. But of course the team will stay alive now.
Yeah, they will stay alive, and the Brim United, though, is being too aggressive. They're not the silent Brim anymore.
Yeah.
They don't want to lose a challenge. That's what I'm feeling. They want to fight back because knowing that RRQ has beat them with 10 points or by 10 points already, they want to catch up. But for RRQ, it's not looking good. Limit X7 was able to take down a Bay on the feed, and for Bigatron Esports, they need to move in to the next phase of the circle, but I think they just want to find where it will be next.
Bigatron Delta, good maneuvers, and seems like you're gonna see them a little bit later on as they are quite close to the circle. Buriram, on the other hand, maneuvering around, got two vehicles on them, and you know exactly how they love to play Purgatory. They're very used to using the bigger side of the map, but now as they drive on out, looking for a vending machine maybe, driving straight into it. Onyx Olympus, Crime tagged up, and what a hit by Jonah! and 590 in hand. Can he get the shot on point here? 154 on the HP as he takes that UAV out as well to heal himself real quick. But Wasana from afar gives him that backup that was well needed. Moshi as well. Jonas just the distraction. The rest of the long range players on the side of Buriram wiping the floor clean here with Honor.
Bro, it's been a while since we've seen a vehicle elimination happening, a big vehicle gameplay happening. But United is bringing it on. They do need it because Blue will be closing in from second to third right now. So from Quarry, they need to move in a little bit closer, probably golf course, and then crossing that bridge to get into the next area. But AG Global right now, after losing some engagement that we've seen earlier, managed to bring back two of their players, but in front of them will be Todak as well as Heavy. So they need to be cautious though, but they're not taking the compound. They're just waiting out and looking out and open.
Team Todak started off things well. But the question is, can they catch out AG Global here? AG's in a bad spot. Out in the open. Well, be forced to use a lot of those blue walls. So that needs to be careful as well. Malal with the XM8 gets a drop onto the most important player of Falcons in a long-range fight. Limit taken out of the equation, and now RRQ potentially have a opportunity to rush at Team Falcons. Unfortunately for RRQ, they do not know who they took out, so they will still potentially play this cautiously now.
Yeah, I mean, they are taking it slow. They're not really rushing in. No launch pad happening just yet, but Abay is just taking front or taking a flank right now away from the rest of the team. For Todak, though, they're not moving around despite of how close they are to AG Global. I think they have sights on Cypher as well as the rest of the teams, and also grab 1 point already thanks to Vidal. So it's just a waiting game right now for most of them in this area. But for Do, Shiru has been taken down, and if I'm not mistaken, that was an AWM in his hand, and you know how it is. I think they do have a 4-man sniper for AG Global, so in a distance, they can make out those points.
And now Toda, with the 5 eliminations earlier on, kind of made a very quick exit in the 6th spot. With the 1 in hand, I prefer to see them in that final circle and not in a super early skirmish. Onyx Olympus on that revival. HG Global way too close. But thankfully, reverse red. Oh my god, look at that circle just looking for them, man. RRQ vehicle on fire. Boys are gonna be hopping on away. And Falcons from afar. Kororo on fire. Getting the double drop. Abay and Nuts. Look at the saves coming on through. Those blue walls gonna be up, erected, protecting RRQ. Look at the investment of utilities here. But the FGL burning down these players. RRQ still surviving and using the metal beams of this bridge to keep themselves alive. Great usage of the map.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, RRQ smart enough, the mastermind, as we dubbed them. And we thought Team Falcons already made a payback on them, but no points being captured after all those efforts. And they need to move closer to Heavy. But for Borem United, the esports is in front of them, and the dance is on. Connection is still on Get High, and Wasana, but no takedown just yet. But the moment I say that, Nero goes down, make that 2. Lauho as well. And don't cry for the follow-up. It's just back to back to back, and PE Sports now eliminated.
13. It's a bad number, but today ain't no Friday, baby. Oh! And Toda helping out Buriram perhaps take that #1 spot in the fight between RRQ and Buriram, because RRQ 2 eliminations in, and they only have a Bay to hang on with. He's not even in the circle. By the time he tries to make it in, Heavy, Falcons, Bigatron, all 3 teams have got a clear line of sight at this player. RRQ in a lot of trouble.
Just in that calculation, it is Burim United is already in the lead by 1, unless RRQ gets a few more elimination. But with solo player, that would be tough. For Todak, though, they made that noise, they made those shots, and stealing all those elimination. I think BTR have a different story for them, and they want to take them down. Young for the rush, but managed to get up on the 2nd floor would be Todak.
6 eliminations then. He's giving from 1 move. Missing the shot onto Traps. Just managed to find the clip just a little bit more, and he would have been able to find the head. Bigatron Delta now being pressured by the circle, and this circle is not your friend. Kyong with the grenade has got an M590 making their way in, and the ice grenade is just tagging them up. Toda taking that second floor, but look at reverse red now. Double FGL shot straight to the second floor as they take command of that ground spot, and Bigatron Delta right in front of them, but reverse red moving on up to finish off Team Toda first. This RRQ gets eliminated in depth.
Yeah, RRQ is already out. Traps has been taken down already by Reverse Red, and more to come. And on the other side, a steal has been done by AG Global, but for Todak, they will be out on 9. Only one elimination after all those efforts for Reverse Red, and that is because of AG Global.
Oh, I'm looking for, Onyx Olympus out as well. Unfortunate for them, but I'm looking for some grenade mayhem here. Just glue wall melters all around at this point of time. Bigatron Delta up against Reverse Red. AG Global in the mix as well. Koja has got the Groza, but he cannot do much up against the M590, but out of nowhere, Dick shows up with the Drogon. A beautiful drop from him. X-Posse with 70 HP more. Needs another jump. Can't find the